What's up, guys? Welcome back to Among the Fence. I am your host, Aaron, and today we're going to be talking about the new single, Consequence and Meaning, by the band Lies of Nazca. Lies of Nazca started about 2013. They are a deathcore band with some kind of proggy influences here and there, and they are from Italy. And if you've never heard of Lies of Nazca, that's because they're a fairly new band. They've, like I said, only been around since 2013. That was their debut album, and they've only come out with 2 other singles since then. One of them being 2016, I believe. Lies of Nazca's debut album, Aleph, was mixed and mastered by the same guy who mixed and mastered stuff for ERRA. And on that album, they also had the vocalist of ERRA, with their ex-vocalist, Garrison Lee, feature on some of their songs. And I don't know if I've ever said this before, but ERRA just so happens to be one of my favorite bands, at least in my top 5, sometimes depending on the day and my mood, my #1 favorite band. So with those 2 things included, in the mixing and mastering, and having ERRA's ex-vocalist feature on some of their songs, I was so curious, I had to try it out. Consequence and Meaning starts out with this piano-y kind of passage, and then the guitar, bass, and drums come in pretty abruptly. And the piano passage that continues kind of reminds me of the theme song from like Halloween or maybe The Exorcist, and with all the music combined, it gives it this really just menacing kind of tone. And then the vocals come in with this very powerful and authoritative kind of way, and it fits so well with that music. And I went back and I listened to some of Lies of Nazca's older stuff from their debut album, and I gotta admit, the vocals were kind of lacking for me, and they ended up getting a new vocalist, and it's pushing their band in the right direction, because the vocals on Consequence and Meaning it's just wow. And I think the lyrics have a lot to do with that too, because they just kind of fit the whole tone that the world's in right now, and it's just such an impact. For example, one of the lyrical passages says, "And so the many became the unreturned, walking a ceaseless journey, leaving only but the vestiges. A fuller circle of unending hunger, they stood in judgment." To me, these are words and lyrics that someone put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into, and they mean something. Not to mention that the riff that comes before it is just absolutely brutally phenomenal. I mean, these guys are really good at writing riffs, and they're not afraid to hold the vocals back during certain sections of the song to just let you feel how hard they really hit. The only thing that really didn't do it for me in the song was the breakdown that comes literally right at the middle of the song, and they bring the little piano-y passage from the beginning back just before the breakdown. And I think the only reason why I didn't really like it that much is because it wasn't anything all that groundbreaking and crazy and phenomenal and all that, and it was just kind of predictable. Kind of stupid to say, but it just kind of had too much of like a genre specific feel to it. I don't know, it just sounded too much like deathcore to me. I don't know, but like, it wasn't bad, it just wasn't as brilliant as the rest of the song. I will point out that the drum work during those specific parts, and also the entire song included, I mean, it's so good. It just put a smile on my face. Like, listen, when I just focused in on the drums, it couldn't have been better for the song. It was so beautifully written. Another thing that hit me kind of hard was that I've been chit-chatting with the bass player and trying to figure out like the very specifics of this band, because they're not that famous. They're not that big, so they don't have like a Wikipedia page or anything. So I had to ask him a bunch of questions, finding out when they started, did they change band members here and there, all that, just all the very specific stuff. One thing that he mentioned was that this song was released on April 10th of this year. And we all know what's going on in the world right now. And if you go back and you look at around that time, I mean, Italy, they were hit hard, man. Things were pretty grim over there. And I'm sure this song was already developed, already written, already being mixed and mastered way before the coronavirus was going on. Maybe, I might be wrong. But like, thinking back to that time of just being afraid, and like I said, man, it was dark. I don't know if these guys have been affected by it. Hopefully not to any extreme amount. I really hope not. But I mean, this song, it fits. It fits pretty well. So with all that said, I gotta give Consequence in Meaning by Lies of Nazca a 4.6 out of 5. And I gotta say, I've listened to this album probably about 20 times, most of them while I was writing this review, and it never got old, which is very surprising because when I do singles, I listen to them a few times, and then I listen to them while reading the lyrics a few times, and then I listen to it the entire time I'm writing my review and I'm reading the lyrics. So by the time I am done listening to it, I don't want to hear that song ever again. And all that comes down to is just good songwriting. They know how to write a good song. They have great transitions. Even the parts of the song that I said didn't really do it for me, I mean, it still is. It's still good. Like, it's a great song. And if those parts were just a tiny bit better, it probably would have been a 5 out of 5 for me. Yeah, it's a great song. But I want to know what you guys think. I'm probably right to assume, like I said, you guys have never heard of Lies of Nazca before. So go ahead and look them up. I'm going to put the link in my description below. Give them a listen and let me know what you think. Let me know what you would rate them. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you get notified when I do upload. And if you guys have an album you want me to review or even a single, go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what it is and I will make it happen for you. And I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day and you're staying safe. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much. And I will see you guys next time.
I was trapped in ignorant, keep relying on